right, welcome viewers and listeners to Good Morning Grenada for today, Thursday, the 20th day of July in the year 2023. At this time, what we do, we give you the cultural tip, the presentation from the Grenada Cultural Foundation. And for today, we continue our look into the Moko Jambi. Now, it says the Moko Jambi operates in the spirit of quiet opposition to westernization by embracing an art form that emerged out of Africa. The word Moko may mean healer or avenger. The word Jambi is a Caribbean word for ghost or spirit. Put together, the Moko Jambi is a spirit healer or spirit avenger. Nice. I've learned today. Okay, well, we're running a little behind schedule, so let's delve into the program for the day. And let's get to the word of the day. And the word for the day is a noun. It is the word vagary. Vagary. It is spelled V-A-G-A-R-Y. And the word vagary, usually used in its plural form, refers to a change that is difficult to predict or control. Vagary. And here's how we can use the word in a sentence. Now, the vagaries of fashion make it difficult to predict what styles will be popular a year or two from now. So remember the word, write it down, jot it down, learn to spell it, learn to pronounce it. Most importantly, learn to use it. Vagary. Good morning, Nadisha. Here's your thought for the day. It says patience, persistence, and perspiration make an unbeatable combination for success. Let me reiterate this. Patience, persistence, and perspiration make an unbeatable combination for success. That was your thought of the day. And let's see what's buzzing this morning. Well, we have no guests this morning, so we have time to talk, all right? But buzzing this morning, of course, the Maggie King of the Grill comes up. It's 9 days away, and it's at the Monrouge Playing Field on Saturday, the 29th of July. It starts from 12 noon, and the climax is with a live stage performance, and performances will be by a local international artists. Be prepared. Come, let's have fun. Also buzzing, the United Kingdom government plans to rescind its current visa waiver agreement with Grenada and several other Caribbean countries by the end of 2023. According to international reports, the move primarily targets those countries offering citizenship by investment or the CBI programs. Wow. What's about the countries who rely heavily on the CBI program for, budget sustenance? Oh my goodness. Also buzzing, it's very likely that the current standoff between Republic Bank Grenada Limited and the Bank and General Workers Union could go to arbitration. Yeah. Okay. Also buzzing, government officials are confirming that for the new year, contract workers will no longer be responsible for going to the NIS to pay the contributions, as government aims to ensure that all contributions are made to the National Insurance Scheme going forward. So in essence, based on what I heard the Honorable Philip Telesford saying, people who have special contractual arrangements with government who usually they are paid in full and they have to make that payment to NS, that payment will be deducted before your payment is issued to you. Okay. Keeping the NIS alive, if that's the aim, well, get it done. Over $20,000 worth of equipment has been donated to a local band. The handover was held on Tuesday. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's Clarksco that donated to the band Caress. Yeah, because in that news clip I saw my good friend Evans receiving from Mr. Simon Green, who is now operating within the realms of Clarksco, the Grenada Distillers Company Limited. Also buzzing, the Ministry of Education is introducing Grenadian history in secondary schools from the Michaelmas term in September 2023, where it will be taught to students in Forms 1 and 2. That's good. I think this is something that I want us to talk about this morning, and that is being, it says, this move is expected to produce well-rounded graduates and citizens who will develop a strong sense of national identity and patriotism. A new textbook will support the introduction of the subject. Nicole Dow, PhD, head of site at the UWI Grenada Open Campus, is the author of the selected textbook, Junior History of Grenada, which is being published by Collins, a publishing house Dow has previously worked with. She co-authored the social studies text for Forms 2 and 3 and collaborated on editing the history of Trinidad and Tobago. Starting in 2020, Dow completed the Junior's History of Grenada in approximately 18 months. I like this. I've been calling for that for a while. Now, the one that's really bothersome for me, now there is anxiety in St. Vincent and the Grenadines as a mass shooting in the Harbour Club area of Kingston left 5 persons dead on Wednesday night. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force has issued a statement called Commissioner's Report on Mass Shooting, which states that the police responded to the incident around 8 p.m. Investigations reveal that 5 persons were fatally wounded. The police processed the scene and are carrying out further investigations into the shootings and other offenses. The members of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force have expressed condolences to the relatives and friends of the deceased persons in last night's shooting and other victims of homicides in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The police force is asking anyone with information that can lead to the arrest and conviction of persons who have committed those crimes and other crimes to provide the police with such information. I've been looking at the photos my good friend Michelle sent them from St. Vincent to me this morning, and oh my goodness, they're gruesome, man. Wow. Nonetheless, folks, as I said, we are running a bit behind schedule, but quickly before we go, let me just check our Facebook page. Cynthia B says, good morning. So too does Catherine Phillip. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Innocent. Bless day today. Veronica Sandy says, good morning, GBN. Grenada. Good morning, Gordon, Innocent, Joseph. Blessings to everyone. Mary Ebank says, good morning. Marilyn Gordon says, good morning, Gordon. Morning, everyone. Good morning to you too. Cassandra Phillip says, good morning. Good morning, Catherine. Cassandra. Catherine Adams, good morning, one and all. Thankful to be alive and enjoying with family. Be safe and be a blessing to someone today. Kathy, we don't see yet. Busy schedule, but definitely. As a matter of fact, I'll call you subsequently. Maxwin Belfon says, good morning, Mr. Joseph, and how are things going with you, my friend? Hope all is well. Well, I am doing my best. Hilda Wells, good morning to all. Blessings. Mildred Smith, is that? Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Max and Belfon. A very interesting initiative taken by government. Okay. Alpheus Duncan, good morning to all. Love from SVG. All right. Be safe, Alpheus. And Jackson, how much did government pay for them? For what? Okay. Cynthia B, Lord help. May they rest in peace. Condolences to the families. Arthur Langayan, good morning, my brother and friend. Good morning to you, Arthur. Have a great one. Folks, we've got to run. Those of you on the television platform, we've got a rebroadcast of last evening's television news. Those of you who are stuck here with me on Classic, we've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the weather forthcoming. Don't you go anywhere. Stick and stay with us.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Offer ends August 31st, 2023. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. The United Kingdom plans to rescind its current visa waiver agreement with Grenada and several other Caribbean countries by the end of 2023. According to international reports, the move primarily targets those countries offering citizenship by investment or CBI programs. Nisha Paul has tonight's opening report.
The United Kingdom government is articulating plans to suspend the current visa waiver agreements, starting with the Commonwealth of Dominica by the end of July, with similar suspensions set to be implemented in a phased approach for Grenada, St. Lucia, Antigua and Barbuda, and St. Kitts and Nevis by the end of 2023. According to an Associated Times report, this policy shift aims to enhance national security and streamline the immigration process. It served as the first phase in the broader execution of the Electronic Travel Authorization, or ETA system, which was introduced on Tuesday. The new ETA system requires travelers traveling to the UK without a visa to need an electronic document and enables people to enter and stay in a nation for a specific time. The Associated Times report predicts that Grenada and other Caribbean nations will likely be incorporated into the list of countries requiring electronic travel authorization by the end of the current year. However, the specifics of these projections are still not clear. To get an ETA document, a person must fill out an online application form with personal information, including their name, passport details, and a travel purpose. This recent change by the UK seems to follow in the footsteps of Canada in 2017. But Canada reintroduced its visa-free travel in June 2023 for eligible travelers from 13 new nations, including OECS countries such as St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, Antigua and Barbuda, and others. The citizens of Grenada, Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Lucia, who earlier held a Canadian visitor visa within the past 10 years or presently hold a valid United States non-immigrant visa, were eligible to apply for an ETA instead of a visa. As per the information provided by Associated Times, the UK government is anticipated to extend its policy revamp beyond the initial group of nations. In the initial phase, the visa-free travel agreements with other OECS or other Caribbean countries will likely be suspended. Efforts to engage officials at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Immigration and the Citizenship by Investment Unit on this development have proven futile. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Cosmo Hostin, charged in relation to a fatal accident in March, returned to court on Tuesday, July the 18th, represented by attorney Peter David. However, his matter was adjourned. Hostin, an event planner from True Blue St. George, was arrested and charged for the accident, which occurred along the Grand Anse Public Road, St. George, on March the 6th of 2023, resulting in the death of Asher McIntyre, who's of Mount Hartman, St. George. The 38-year-old man was charged with causing death by dangerous driving by the Royal Grenada Police Force and appeared at the St. George's Magistrate Court on March the 31st. He was granted bail in the sum of EC $40,000 with two sureties, according to bail conditions. Hostin was ordered to have no contact with any witness to the matter, surrender his travel documents, and report to the South St. George Police Station every Monday between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Ruggles Ferguson is the legal representative for the McIntyres in the civil aspect of the case. The matter was adjourned to August 29th of 2023. It's very likely that the current standoff between Republic Bank Grenada Limited and the Bank and General Workers Union could go into arbitration. We get more on what's influencing that assumption in this report from Chrislena John.
For the past 3 weeks, the Bank and General Workers Union has been championing the cause of the employees at Republic Bank Grenada Limited. Even the Grenada Trade Union has chimed in support of the affected workers who are now having their say.
We as staff are disappointed that today is 13 days since we've been outside requesting an increase in salary that the bank determines excessive and said that to the minister, but we believe it's very reasonable. Our affiliates believe it's very reasonable. Our customers believe it's very reasonable. 12.25% over 4 years by no means can be excessive. And we're calling on our employers to respect the minister, respect her office, respect her recommendation, and do what is right and bring this whole industrial action to a close.
In a show of continued disgruntlement, workers protested through the town of St. George's on Tuesday, hoping they will persuade management to settle the dispute. President General of the BGWU, Joseph Mitchell, is saying the 9.25% proposed by the bank is not a settlement figure, and he hopes good sense will prevail on the part of the bank.
The last time we would have been together was on the invitation of the minister on July the 6th. At that point, they wanted some more time to reassess. So since then, we have not come back together. The minister, in her response to the bank's rejection of our recommendation, have pointed to the pathway in keeping with the Industrial Relations Act number 45, which goes into arbitration and that sort of thing, right? It is very much a possibility. We have written this morning to the minister indicating our position on that matter. Notwithstanding, as I said, we are keeping all doors open, all options. We are expected to speak to the bank sometime today, and hopefully, I say hopefully, you know, that we can find a pathway. But
the President General is hopeful that a resolution can be reached by the end of this week.
Talk to them, and anything is going to come out of it that outside of the normal industrial practice, right? What is we have to bear in mind what the Act provides for, what the industrial agreement provides for, because that's what guides the relationship, right? And to stick as close as possible to it without very much deviation. But of course, you know, in negotiation there are little twists and turns. So we have an open mind and we are really hopeful maybe by the end of the week, one way or the other, something will come to the top.
Last Wednesday, July 12th, the bank wrote to the Minister of Labour, informing her that they had rejected her recommendation of 12.25% over a 4-year period. Republic Bank issued a press release on Monday saying, as part of the ongoing salary negotiation process, it has offered the BGWU, by letter dated July 14, 2023, a revised without prejudice settlement offer of 9.25% for the period January 1st, 2020 to December 31st, 2023. The offer, the bank says, was compounded with the bank's pay-for-performance merit arrangements, taking the payout to members of the bargaining unit on average to 16.23%, well over the 12.25% that the minister recommended. Chrislina John, GBN News.
Government officials are confirming that for the new year, contract workers will no longer be responsible for going into NIS to pay their contributions, as government aims to ensure that all contributions are made to the National Insurance Scheme going forward. Rena Pierre-Thomas closes off the first segment with this report.
Starting from January 2024, contract workers within the government who were fully responsible for paying the NIS contributions will no longer have to do so, as the government will be making the deduction from their salaries. This is one of the many steps taken by the ruling administration to ensure that the National Insurance Scheme is receiving all contribution as they continue the process of implementing changes to the legislative framework that governs the scheme. Minister with responsibility for Social Security, Philip Tullisford, said there are many factors that led to dwindling contributions that need to be addressed.
As of January, we will work towards ensuring that all of these contract workers begin to pay the NIS. How is that going to be done? We will deduct it at source.
Telesford, who was speaking in the House of Representatives on Tuesday, said these changes in legislative framework will give Grenada an over 10-year window before any other changes can be made.
Context. How many more years are we buying when we make all of these parametric changes? Really and truly, we would get to, if nothing changes, if the changes that we make now and everything remains constant, it will take us to 2056, and we would have to make some other changes.
The minister also stated that by 2031, the NIS contribution rate will move to 16%.
Specific rate increase, Mr. Speaker, in 2023 that was passed already in Parliament, that 1% was to cover unemployment benefits. Yeah? But from 2024 and each year until 2031, there will be successive increases of 0.25% or 0.25%. Yeah, every single year until 2031 to take the new contribution rate to 16%. So, for example, from January of 2024, the rate will move to 12.5%.
As the NIS continues with its consultation drive throughout the country, the minister said the feedback received so far has been positive. For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
A joint conference between the Caribbean Foods Crop Society, that's the CFCS, and the Caribbean Agricultural Extension Providers Network, CAPENET, has been hailed a success. Here's more in this report.
The recently held joint conference of the Caribbean Agriculture Extension Providers Network, CAPNET, and the 56th annual meeting of the Caribbean Food Crop Security, CFCS, brought together over 100 regional academics and industry players for 5 days of discussions. The meeting, hosted in Grenada from July 10th to the 14th, was held under the theme Increasing the Resiliency of the Food System by Linking and Modernizing Agriculture and Extension Research. Acknowledging the importance of science and technology in the growth and resilience of the agriculture industry, Minister of Economic Development, Planning, Tourism, ICT and the Creative Economy, Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives, Lennox Andrew, placed on record the significance of the joint meeting, noting its timeliness given the ministry's efforts to modernize the extension services and transform of the sector.
Linking and modernizing agriculture and agricultural extension and research can play a significant role in enhancing resiliency. By leveraging technology and knowledge-sharing platforms, farmers can access up-to-date information, have best practices, and innovative techniques. This can help them adapt to climate change, mitigate risk, improve productivity, and make better use of their resources.
During the week-long session, there were presentations from over 30 countries, a farmers' forum, an award ceremony, and an agricultural and historical field trip. Participants shared their experiences.
Experience for me because I had the opportunity to meet many people from the Caribbean since I am part of the Caribbean, so that's why I want to join this conference, just to network and also to learn about other research, other people research and what is happening in the Caribbean. So I feel really honored and I feel proud of what my neighbors are doing in Grenada. And Grenada is a nice country and I look forward to coming back. My favorite part of the tour today is the school farming for the goats, St. Patrick, yes, because it's great to see what children are doing, and it's great to see that at the young age children are involved in agriculture.
The most important part of the trip, though, is that we get a chance to interact with people from different parts of the Caribbean. We get a chance to see what people are doing in terms of scientific research, to see what they're doing, what new ideas they are discovering, and also to interact with the farmers and to see how they grow things here different. And I think it's very important that we collaborate and exchange ideas so we can, sort of get ideas from different countries so we can practice in our own systems. Well, I think the CFCS is basically doing a good job kind of connecting farmers across the Caribbean. And I think we need to do more of these conferences so that we can actually share experience and get knowledge from different Caribbean countries so that we can come as one to make agriculture production much better within this region.
Christina John, GBN News.
Noise pollution continues to be a burning issue in Grenada, and a concerned citizen is calling on those at authority to enforce the law against it. More in this Rena Pierre-Thomas report.
Noise pollution occurs when unwanted sounds enter the environment. The potential health effects of noise pollution include increased stress level, sleep disturbance, or hearing damage. Grenada's very own Ricardo Kings Douglas is concerned with the level of noise pollution he has been faced with over the past few years. He said drivers, promoters, and boat owners need to be more aware of their surroundings and how their actions affect others.
So my thing is, you are leaving the harbor, you come into the harbor with your party boats, and you don't need to shout it because you're going out into the sea for 4 hours. You party for 4 hours out there, and then you come back in. So when you're in harbor waiting, very quietly, you get them onto the boat and you take them out. And when you get out there, you can blast your music, right? And when you're coming back in at 12 o'clock, at least 8 o'clock, people are still awake, you don't mind, you're doing your business. But when you're coming in at 12 o'clock midnight to a sleeping residential area, they won't do this in Lansepine, they won't do this in Fort Judy, they won't do this in other residential areas, right? Because I went into the hospital and I interviewed patients, and they were they told me point blank, and I have it, it's not to say hearsay, that it's just crazy. At night they jump at 12 o'clock, the boat is coming. One of the guys was saying one night he jumped up so much he thought it was morning. When he got up, he said, what's happening? He says 12 o'clock, and it's the music. And the same thing he said, and it's on tape, he said it's dancehall music too, so that big bass coming, right?
Douglas was speaking on GBN's Good Morning program with Gordon Joseph. Callers on the program also aired their concerns on noise pollution.
Yes.
Welcome to the program.
I'm so delighted that you are raising the issue of noise and you're bringing Mr. Ricardo to talk about it. It's a really terrible, I call it a disease in the land right now. And in recent times, I see that they bring this dance hall music, I call it dance hall music, into school fairs. And when I talk to principals and teachers, the rationale is that the children won't come to fear if they don't have the loud music.
We really need to become a law-abiding society. But in order to ensure that everybody is on board, we need to also up the law and make it more specific, like the noise pollution control act. So we really need to really become each other's keeper.
The author and actor by profession says the law needs to be enforced when it comes to noise pollution.
Police, the noise passes you. Right next to you is blasting immediately. You should hear the siren going, and you're finding why is the music that loud? Why are you coming in front of us and you're blasting your music in a residential area? And the police, they don't say anything.
And the law is there.
But I must admit, sometimes I call the police, and they do their work. I went to the minister. I met one of the ministers of health. He said it's really the minister of environment, and back and forth. So it's up to the policy makers now that they have to enforce it. As the woman was saying, who called earlier, it's right in front of the police station. Just as how the police, and the police have been very good.
For GBN News, I'm Rena Pierre-Thomas reporting.
Over $20,000 worth of equipment has been donated to a local band. The handover was held on Tuesday. Details in this report from Beverly Telesford.
The musical production by the Clark's Court Caress Band is expected to go up a notch as the band received a donation of top-quality musical equipment from Grenada Distillers, producers of Clark's Court rum. The equipment, which included mixers and speakers, is valued at over US $20,000 and is expected to improve the quality of music the brand produces. Simon Green, general manager at Grenada Distillers, said the handover is in keeping with Clark's Court's commitment to supporting culture and the arts in Grenada.
Grenada's #1 rum, Clark's Court, has been a foundation and a pillar in helping to build Grenada's culture. You cannot have Carnival or Spice Mass in Grenada without Clark's Court. We've been around since 1937, and our reputation as being a solid supporter of the culture and the arts in Grenada is untouched by any other. So today, as we present this equipment to the band, we know that the Grenadian public and the art scene and the musical scene in Grenada will be thoroughly enhanced by excellent music, a wide range of production, and the building of the skills between the band and the community that they are nurtured from.
Grenada Distillers has partnered with and supported the band for a number of years. On the receiving end of the equipment, representing the band is Evans Williams. Williams said the 13-year relationship shared between his band and Clark's Court has been fruitful, with a positive impact on Grenada's musical product.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be a part of this winning team. It's been about 13 years ago this journey started with me and Clark's Court, when they put the trust in me. And today is endorsed publicly, and I get a serious upgrade that will help us within the community and the band, keeping the spirit alive for Grenada culture.
Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
We have seen some peculiar shaped foods submitted by our citizen journalists, and tonight's submission is no different. Let's see what's on the other end of this evening's GBN ISAW.
Tonight's citizen journalist believes this cassava plant has the outline of a human figure. Can you see it? Let us know in the comments. Cassava is an essential source of energy and contains nutrients such as protein, calcium, and fiber. We thank our citizen journalist for this submission. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Maggie King of the Grill 2023 is made possible by Quartz, Grenada Limited, Rubis, the National Lotteries Authority, Coca-Cola, Coyapa Beach Resorts, and Duty Free Caribbean Holden.
Chaos and LED. Get on us, Lord. Grenada are the best ones by far. Grenada are the best job in the whole wide world. Grenada are the best ones by far. Grenada are the best job in the whole wide world. Watch Mass and watch Bacchanal, Soca Grand International. That's going around the globe, Soca not just for Carnival. Watch Mass and watch Bacchanal, Soca Grand International. That's going around the globe.
Welcome to the SMC's Crescendo to Grenada's Panorama 2023. And you see pan business, that is we business.
My name is Andrea Isdale. I am 21 years old and I am from St. Paul's. For me, playing pan was like second nature because like any other community-based organization, when you grow up seeing your parents do something, it's natural for you to want to do it. So it wasn't a choice, it wasn't a decision. It was just a natural thing that I knew that I actually had to do. So it was no choice. At the Panyard we have on Thursdays is our in-house Panyard liming day. So we have different things. So tonight is our cricket night. We have games night. We try to bring in persons to speak, to have motivational nights, to get players more inspired and wanting to play the pan more and to have a greater love for the pan. So that's some of the things that we do. It's definitely okay to come and see us practice. We always put on a show, whether it's practice or performance or a gig. Our days for practice are Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m.
Carriacou is the place to be. August 4th to the 7th for the 50th year of the Carriacou Regatta Festival. The Carriacou Regatta Festival, which is the longest sailing event in the region, is celebrated under the theme Timeless Culture on the Sea. Come join us for 4 days of exciting and competitive boat racing from Friday to Monday. Fun games, day and night parties, road marathon, Miss Teen Regatta, night boat cruises, the foreign artist show, donkey race, and greasy pole are some of the activities to look forward to. For more info, contact the Regatta Jumper on 473-443-7930. The Carriacou Regatta Festival 2023, August 4th to the 7th. Sail by day, party by night. Carriacou welcomes you.
Republic Bank CPL 2023 will be one for the books. The most exciting cricket series, the Caribbean Premier League, is back and bigger than ever. 34 games across 5 territories and only one channel in Grenada, GBN, bringing you live ball-by-ball coverage of the Republic Bank CPL 2023 on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11, 20 on cable, from Wednesday, August 16th to Sunday, September 24th. Sponsors, get on board now. Grenada's broadcast of Republic Bank CPL 2023 is made possible by Republic Bank. We're the one for you. The National Lotteries Authority, Grenlec, and Hard On Plus.
All right. Welcome to the conversation for this morning. Before we start the conversation, let me just quickly check our Facebook platform and our WhatsApp platform. And Jackson, how much did government pay for them? For what? I don't know. Cynthia B, Lord help, may they rest in peace. I guess she's referring to the incident in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Once again, good morning, Arthur Langain. Yvonne Charles, good morning to everyone. Joylyn Barry, good morning, Innocent, my dear. Good morning, Joylyn. How are you? Hortensia Phillip, good morning all. And Jackson, let us pray it don't happen home. Crime is heading up. I am worried about Carnival. Joseph Ross, blessed morning to everyone on the GBN network. Good morning, Joseph. Cynthia B. Nivis. Okay. All right. Yulin Alexander says, good morning, Gordon. Good morning, everyone. Have a wonderful, safe day, everybody, all the way from New York. All right. What's happening here on our WhatsApp platform? All right. Someone says, as a senior citizen, I listened to a man in a blue Noah vehicle on Motley Road verbally abusing the Bushes, especially the foreman. Bullying is not good. These people are out 5 in the morning. Traffic is busy. That man should be ashamed of himself. These people can't cut overhanging on Grenlec lines. Treat them with respect. He should be removed from bullying and harassing those who in rain cleaning the roadside. He even want to tell me I don't have to go talk to Miss Joseph. You see, people have to talk to. God knows how much NNP paying him to sabotage NDC. In my late 60s, but old school. You're in your late 60s, but old school. I mean, come on, man. Good morning, everyone. Lyndon Tobin, good morning. All right, Lyndon, good morning. Okay, folks, you know the number, 435-2041. We've got a plethora of conversations to have. one that is, is bothersome. When, we see the rise in crime, homicides and so forth in Grenada, violent crimes in recent times. But we've never had a situation of so many at one given time. But if it is happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, right there, a stone throw from Carriacou, a stone throw from Petite Martinique, and there is this interconnectivity with the islands, aren't you concerned about that? I'd like for us to have a little conversation, and let's give the authority some pro bono advice. What do you think can be done in this dispensation to curb before it starts what we think could happen? We've seen that people have, I don't know how to say it, man. They have no control of anger. And it's bothersome. To me, it really is bothersome. What sort of proactive stance can the relevant authorities take to nip this in the bud, to ensure we don't have this sort of reports? Let's go to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Hey, morning, Wilson. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to the program.
I'm blessed. I'm talking about I think that crime in St. Vincent starting for Carnival going there,
It happened last night.
Yeah, I think some death in St. Vincent for Carnival going. Some woman got shot in St. Vincent.
So you think this is a revenge act?
Well, and the person who got killed, a big man daughter.
Oh.
Well, could be a revenge in any case,
Okay.
Now, our sin in Grenada, they want people to idle. They not walk to them, doing nothing in the home, then sitting in the yard, then making garden, then doing nothing, just idle drinking alcohol and play the fool or about say all this in argument. And they're very hyper and ignorant.
Okay.
People talk to them, they want to fight, they want to kill, they want to this or that,
All right, so that is the problem. Okay, you're saying lack of employment, idleness, hold on, no, papi, the overconsumption of alcohol and so forth. Now that is a problem. From your perspective, what do you think can be a solution? We're looking solutions this morning.
Solution this morning. No, they have to stop the alcohol for a while. That is about alcohol. The alcohol is too strong for the young people are drinking. And they're very hyper when they drink alcohol.
Okay.
Find a work to do. Still man do some work in the mother house. They learn and things. Do some work. Plant some tomato, plant something. And come and idle by the wood. Idle every day.
Okay.
Do something in your life and them. One learn a trade.
All right.
Learn tailoring, learn something, occupy your mind. So later on that could be helpful for you. A trade is important.
So in essence, do something constructive.
Constructive, yeah, and I'm really talking to them that want fight and kill.
All right.
And they want to kill,
Okay, thank you, caller. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Yeah. 435-2041. 20 minutes gone past 7 o'clock. Let's go to the phone line. Good morning, caller.
Joseph, good morning.
Morning, welcome. How are you?
I'm all right.
Okay.
But you didn't greet me in my body, but don't worry, you're on already.
All right.
Joseph, let the people in the world know there is a God who loves everyone. And the lives they're taken away, God gave it to them to live. He said, I give you life. Live it and have it abundantly, but we have it for Him, with Him, in Him, for God, for our neighbors. Now the young ladies have taken the life that God blessed them with. That's the devil. Satan, when you give your life to the devil, who do you think you put? You call to pray to God. Something happened, you take it to the Lord and pray. Seek the Lord. Talk to Him. He's here for us. He loves us all. He is the way, the truth, and the life. Without Him, we are nothing. We are lost without Jesus. Make time for God, people. And those who picking up the gun every day and shooting and killing, taking the lives away, put the gun down. It belongs to the devil. Satan busy. Satan wants lives.
Okay.
Just want us to be with Him. We have to stick to God and pray every day. You don't pray, one day say a day of praise. A day of praise, not praise. Every day is praying day. You sit down to eat, you pray, you thank God. You go to sleep, you pray. You have to pray regular and take it to the Lord and pray. Put the gun down. That belongs to the the devil, Satan busy. Those are taking away the life that God bless them with. They belong to the devil. The devil not a father, God is a father. God give you life. The devil that can give life. He takes away the life that God bless you with. He sent you to do wrong things. You understand? People sees and knows what you do before you do it. Turn to God and pray. Pray more. Not one day. Every day is praying day. Everything you do, take to the Lord and pray first. You talk to Him, and He will success in everything you do.
Okay.
I walk with God. I walk with Him. I talk to Him. When I walk the street, He's by my side. He takes care of me. No matter people are coming here, but they don't know how much I know about God. Because when they're sleeping, I talking to Him. And listen to my prayers, and He give me a healthy body, long life, health, strength, and courage. My age is 87 years, and I know everything about God.
Okay.
I do everything what God wants to do. People pray, not one day. A day of prayer. A day of prayer is not pray. Every day is praying day.
Okay.
Talk to Him.
All right.
Keep close to Him and live your life for Him. God bless you, God.
Thank you. Have a good one. Thank you. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, there can't be better advice. Okay. 435-2041. That is the number to call. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, morning, Innocent, and morning to your listeners and your viewers.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, I think one of the first things I would say to us is don't stop being reactive. This even saying this morning is a sort of reactive thing, and not really saying it in a negative way. We have to begin to have long-term conversation and how our society is evolving. You know, overnight I got the news that a young person, a teenager, was charged with attacking one of the Cuban people in St. Vincent. You know, Cubans have been attacked, health workers have been attacked there lately.
Yep.
So, and then something in Jamaica. Just couldn't open up the news. Something with some violence there. I think 5 people, something like that. But you see, we cultivate those kind of conditions by dismantling our society in honor of the economy. We worship the economy, especially the market economy, which doesn't care about life. We have to come back to the point where life becomes sacred, not because of some creature above us, but because we understand that life is precious and should be preserved. But we don't do that. But again, you ask for advice. One of the things we need to do is to understand that people don't listen to what we say. They do what they see we do. And so we have to admit that we are violent people. People don't like to hear that. We are violent. Listen to our speech. We are violent people. It's from the speech that the violence comes. So we need to admit that. Then secondly, we need to find more inspirational situations, not dogma, where we could inspire people to take agency over their own life and begin to be accountable for their behavior and action. If we don't do that, we'll be preaching in reactionary terms and nothing would happen. We need to also really seriously make an effort to bring a sense of community so that people would know each other. We don't know one another anymore, especially the generation. I mean, when I look at, I don't know, I mean, I used to know almost everybody, but I don't know anybody anymore.
Well,
I used to know dying.
Caller, how things are going there now? I kind of get the gist of the direction that you're going, but there's, if you remain current, there's no way we're going back to how it used to be. So we have to plan to deal with it forward.
Going back. No, it's not about going back. We are letting the market dictate our behavior. People make a thing about, make a post about the soca stuff, the kind of music. But that is what the market likes. I said that many years ago, and Troy Garvey, the market wants that. It wants the bacchanal. It wants the dirty, low-lying stuff fruits. It doesn't want the fruit that you need to pick. You need to climb the tree to pick.
Okay.
So we have to, curb the influence of the market. Look at all the alcohol we sell in here and advertising, even on TVN. Let us be serious. Give me a break.
Thank you, caller. Thank you. Yeah, we're not going back. We have to look for ways to deal with what we're in now, because we can't go back to the days of old, how it used to be. We've passed that. We passed that stage. Good morning, caller.
Hello.
Hi, morning. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome.
Yeah, well, that incident will happen in St. Vincent. Let me tell you something. I hear a lot of people in Green, young men in Green, saying they want Green to come at St. Vincent. And I pray that God will help us not to come like this. But because this is something we happen in St. Vincent on a week-to-week basis. And at the end of the year, they have all kind of 50-something murder. And no matter what, they does not be the neighbor's keeper. Right?
Okay.
I wish St. Vincent and Grenadines all the best. And I think we should be praying for them.
Definitely. Okay. There needs to be a wind from the east. A whirlwind from the east. That was the conversation last night, yeah.
Right now, the devil get away from his handcuff. And he's trailing in the Caribbean.
Who let him go?
What? I feel, but I don't know. I feel he bought the team.
Yeah, we let him go, man. We let him go with our practices, the things that we condone, the things that we do. All right? We are his toolkits,
This is on a day-to-day basis to we in Grenada. What? Talking about God, they try to tell you that the white man will give us that. And the white man never give us no God. You know that white man never give us no God.
Well,
God is always there. We need to be served, and instead of we serving him, we going against his rules and regulations.
Nice. Pray for us, all right?
Well, I wish we need all the best.
Don't wish, pray. Wishing doesn't do anything. Praying does things.
Okay.
All right, pray for us.
Yeah.
Have a good one. Blessings. 29 minutes after 7 o'clock, that is the time. Let me take some comments on the Facebook page now. All right. Cynthia B says, innocent. It never happened before. Lord help us. All right. Jillian McIntyre is watching. Okay, Jillian, thanks for watching. Yvonne Child says, keep Vinci away from Grenada. They are bad influences. Glenn Williams says, good morning, Grenada. Arthur Langain says, caller, speak for yourself and give yourself and take your own advice. Ernesto Jose, I want to congratulate the education minister and the principal for the bold move to our history to be taught in our school, and the book is written by one of our own citizens. Tell our history. I love this. Good morning, Paula Paul. Paula Paul says, good morning, innocent and my Grenada people. Yes, prayers can move mountains. Yeah, Paula Paul, pray for us too. Yeah. All right, we lost that caller. Let's see what's happening on our WhatsApp platform. 435-2041, that's the number to call. All right, one of our WhatsApp contributors says, good morning to you, Mr. Joseph, and listeners. Do have a wonderful day. The citizens of Greens love to copy what they see happening out there in our neighborhood and try to practice it. They can occupy themselves constructively by using their talents to bring glory to themselves. We are all born with talents. So my people, love yourselves and practice critical thinking. Please, thank you. We need to look out for each other, where the community can see someone doing wrong and can correct them freely without being afraid of what may happen to us by the parents or relatives. Thank you. Only earnest prayers can set us free right now. Well, pray for us, please. Continue praying for us. Morning, innocent. Is there a special God only for Grenada? Come on, let's look at the world as it presently. God is everywhere. Yes, let's pray for us, sweet partners. Nice. I think it is a good idea to teach Grenada history in secondary schools. I think it should also be taught in kindergarten on the days of different notable people's birthdays and activities to stimulate the early minds, pictures of these people and sites, etc. Yeah, that's a good initiative. Good morning, Gordon. Looking from Brooklyn, New York. Crime is on the rise all over the world. It is a mindset. I called it criminal-minded people. Yeah, Criminal Minds, that's a series on television. Maybe they're looking at that. Mr. Innocent, sir, you want solutions? It's a long, hard road of solutions that people won't want because people resist change. But the solutions come from several facets of society. 1. People feel unloved and grew up unloved by stressed out parents who grew up unloved. Family units have to heal, and that's a whole rodeo. The foods we eat are more important than we think. I won't even talk about alcohol. We're consuming too much sugar, causing inflammation and hormonal imbalances. We are mostly vitamin D deficient, so we are prone to anxiety and depression and causing warped thoughts and thus actions. Get rid of the music that condones violence. Teach people to create good music. Music cultivates culture. Bring back critical thinking in schools instead of having grade 2 students doing end of term exams when they can't read well. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I like those comments. Yes, I really do. Someone says that's on a WhatsApp platform. In recent days, many social media accounts have been compromised and are currently under the control of scammer hackers. Do not be the next person to fall for their tricks. Sharing this will help. Be careful with this. I started talking with an old friend of mine on one of the platforms not so long ago, and when I saw the conversation, I said, but that's not how my friend does talk. So I just cut it off right there and there. Alistair Warwood Sr. says, hope we are not forgetting COVID-19. All these days of prayers and care we took, it still came in our country. I am worried about this new state of incidents trying to take over. Glenn Williams, here is what the Bible teaches. A good man out of the good treasure of the heart brings forth that which is good. An evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart brings forth that which is evil. For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks. That's Luke chapter 6 and verse 45. Folks, tell you what, we take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. When we come back, though, I want us to look at that new development as it relates to our education and school, the introduction of our local history. I always thought and I always voiced my concerns about that, and finally it's coming. I'm happy about that. I would like to hear your thoughts on that. 435-204, that's the number to call, but we take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages.
At the NIS, our team proudly works to support the evolving needs of Grenadians. We have made some changes to our operations and want to keep you informed. Firstly, we are happy to introduce the new unemployment benefit. This benefit will provide an insured person with 50% of his or her former income in the case of sudden unemployment. To support this benefit and other benefits we offer, it was necessary to increase the contribution rate. The contribution rate will increase gradually each year until it reaches 16% in 2031. As always, the contribution will be split between you and your employer. The pensionable age will also increase from 60 to 65 years. This increase will also be gradually reaching age 65 in 2029. Pensioners will continue to be eligible for a pension from age 60, but will receive a reduced payment. The NIS recognizes that the prices of basic customer goods are increasing globally. Therefore, we are happy to also increase the weekly minimum pension payment by 25%. Finally, we have adjusted our survivors' benefit payment to a percentage of the age pension minimum. Widows, widowers, and dependent parents will receive 100% or $58 weekly, while children will receive 50% or $29 weekly of the deceased's pension. We are here to make the transition to these new changes as clear and simple as possible. If you have any questions on how these changes impact you and your family, please contact our new informational hotline at 440-6647 or visit www.nisgrenada.org. Thank you for allowing us to be your social security provider.
Wait and see, wait and see, wait and see, wait and see. Whenever we touching the vacancy, we just climb over the gate and see.
Boom! It's carnival time at Courts Ready Cash. So visit your nearest Courts Ready Cash for instant carnival prizes, tickets, and much more with your loan of $3,000 or over. Come home to Courts Ready Cash this carnival season and enjoy flexible payment terms, hassle-free service, and fast approval. All you need is your ID, proof of address, a payslip, your job letter, and 2 references. Simple as that. Follow Ready Cash on Facebook and Instagram for your updates and in our in-store carnival parties and our carnival workout sessions. It's time for carnival at Courts Ready Cash. Visit shopcourts.com for details. Come home to Courts Ready Cash. We are ready when you are.
Everybody push something in the air.
Parents, do you go to bed with the knowledge that your children are comfortably asleep in the next room? Or are they allowed to attend every fete advertised? You are responsible for the safety and well-being of your children, and it is your responsibility to know their whereabouts. Children should not be at adult events. Please guide your children, engage them in age-appropriate activities. Let us be spicy parents for this carnival season and beyond. S. Speak to your children about positive behavior. P. Pay attention to them at all times. I. Inspire good behavior in your children by also displaying good behavior. C. Check with your children. Always know their whereabouts. Y. You are responsible for your children. Maintain control to keep them safe. This is a message from the National Parenting Program, Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs.
Yes, Grenada, get ready for the event of the year. The Technology and Innovation Expo 2023 is coming to the Trade Center, Monroe St. George, on Friday, 4th August. Immerse yourself in a world of limitless possibilities where technology and innovation collide. Join us as we bring together the brightest minds and groundbreaking inventions under one roof. You'll experience firsthand the advancements that are shaping our world, from innovative products and services to artificial intelligence and virtual reality. This event would be the hub of transformative ideas, emerging trends, and platforms for startups to the showcasing of innovations, forging partnerships, and unlocking new opportunities. Save the date, Friday, 4th August 2023 at the Trade Center, Monroe St. George. Don't miss out on this opportunity to witness the future come to life. The Technology and Innovation Expo 2023. Call 1568-437-1568 or email CaribbeanCodingAcademy@gmail.com to secure your spot. See you at the Expo.
Republic Bank CPL 2023 will be one for the books. The most exciting cricket series, the Caribbean Premier League, is back and bigger than ever. 34 games across 5 territories and only one channel in Grenada, GBN, bringing you live ball-by-ball coverage of the Republic Bank CPL 2023 on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11, 20 on cable. From Wednesday, August 16th to Sunday, September 24th. Sponsors, get on board now. Grenada's broadcast of Republic Bank CPL 2023 is made possible by Republic Bank. We're the one for you. The National Lotteries Authority, Grenlec, and Hard On Plus.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners, to the conversation. It's 19 minutes on to the 8 o'clock hour. Let's go to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
You said you're not going to in Grenada. I was threatened Tuesday last week only. A bus driver and a conductor put me on the bus with Canadian class and shoot me on it. I mean, I report in the station there, and then they're sleeping. I know up and out. I'll tell you what's going on about that. to be threatening man in this time, me, I don't behave bad, I don't get upset language and no boss and the other lady was talking. The first thing, I tell me for the boss, me take him on. So many friends keep on talking, going to by Midland television. Then we call the boss on Plaza and Cutlass.
Okay.
I just go and it was quietly, and I just,
All right.
But man can be threatening man in this time and take everything as joke and thing.
Okay, you did the right thing, caller. That was the right thing to do, okay? Conflict resolution. All right, tell you what, at this time, what I want us to talk about is, let me just read this. I like this. The Ministry of Education is introducing Grenadian history in secondary schools from the Michaelmas term in September, where it will be taught to students in Forms 1 and 2. This move is expected to produce well-rounded graduates and citizens who will develop a strong sense of national identity and patriotism. A new textbook will support the introduction of the subject. Nicole Dow, PhD, head of site at the UE Grenada Open Campus, is the author of the selected textbook, Junior History of Grenada. This is being published by Collins, a publishing house Dow has previously worked with. She co-authored their social studies text for Forms 2 and 3 and collaborated on editing the history of Trinidad and Tobago. Starting in 2020, Dow completed the Junior History of Grenada in approximately 18 months. One-day workshops on the introduction of the NHC, that's the National History Curriculum for lower secondary schools, were held recently with several groups of history teachers at Marisho House in St. George. The standards for teaching Grenadian history for primary schools will soon be developed as part of the OECS Pearl, following which the subject will be introduced, I guess, to the primary schools as well. Now, two things here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to collaborate this with a comment from one of our WhatsApp platforms. And someone says here, "Good morning, Grenada. We are visiting from America. Why is there no Morris Bishop Museum? He is a hero to us African Americans. We are taught about Morris Bishop along with Malcolm X, MLK, that I presume that's Martin Luther King, Patrice Lumumba, Kwame Nkrumah, etc. And Malcolm X's roots started in Grenada. His mother was born here. This should be included in Grenada history. And no national library. They say not open. Every country has a national library. Why isn't it open?" So guess what? This is what I want us to talk about now. The crime situation, okay, fine. We go pray for it. We go get the law enforcement and agencies to be more proactive. But this one is timely as well. Teaching Grenadian history in our secondary schools, and make it even better yet, the textbook that will be used is produced by our own Grenadian. Tell me your thoughts on this. 435-2041. All right, we lost that caller. Let's see what's while we wait on the. Okay, here it comes. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, in a sense, the topic of history is something that we should be ashamed of, because after 1983, schools was, through the Ministry of Education, there was a concerted effort to ensure that people were kept in the dark. And I remember in the 80s, students in Anglican high schools saying to me that history was dead man science. They joke at it. So we shouldn't be really having to reintroduce history into the curriculum when it was there. But so we have to see how things are connected, like even the absence of the library right now. I mean, for so many years, it's not by accident, by design. But I agree with the caller. I mean, with the writer, that Malcolm X should be celebrated in Grenada. Butler should, and the revolution attempted to do that when you had the bomb blast, celebrate Tuvalu Butler. We are afraid we have to get permission from our big father up in the north and I could talk for hours on that. So we have to make sure. Look at how the whole issue of the remains of the late Prime Minister and Maurice Bishop. How we can't even resolve that among ourselves because Uncle Sam have not tell us what the real situation is.
Okay.
So unless we have meaningful dialogue where we respect point of views, we could come to a better understanding of our history, but we want one narrative. So that's why it's not working. So I'm glad.
But caller, let me ask you this. All right, I understand your point of view and so forth, but do you think that it's a good? That's where we're projecting this. Do you think it's a good? At least there's a place to start.
But you see, when we take things out of context, that's where the problem is. That's why you folks miss so many important dates because things are not done in context. Things are done just by. I'm saying you have to understand the context in which we arrive here. Certainly is a good thing to reintroduce it.
Well, that's the point.
Not because even the revolution played a big part in that, and people was against teaching. I mean, saying all the heroes.
Caller, what you're saying that too is history. So let's turn the page. That is history. So we're starting over now.
Yeah, what I'm saying in a sense, you people are really doing people a disservice by only wanting to do song bites. We have to move away from the song bites is even from a foreign kind of thing. We need to have things more elaborate. That's all I was saying now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, caller. Thank you very, very much. 435-2041. That is the number that you call. All right, to get in on the conversation this morning. 12 minutes on to 8 o'clock already. Back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome to the program.
How are you?
I am alive and thankful. How about you?
Oh, not too bad. In 1983, just before the invasion of Grenada, there was a guy in a certain hotel. I know the name, but I don't want to call it.
Please don't.
And he said to one of the maids, "We are here to set you back 40 years. From 1983 to 2022. How much years it is?"
I was better in Chinese than maths. Tell me.
39 years.
All right. So this year is 40.
The last election.
Good.
39 years.
Uh-huh.
You say we come to set you back 40 years. Do you find Grenada is making progress in whatever field you think it is now?
Answer the question for me. You find me making progress?
Well, you could see we making progress.
I'm asking you, are we?
I tell you could see there is progress.
Okay.
There is progress. So that is to say, we not in control of we. As the caller just say, the big man all day, the big one all day. This was one of the guys that came in and said, 40 years we will set you back. This is part of the history you wouldn't hear because that was a personal conversation between the guy. He was living in room 17 in that hotel.
What?
And he said that to the maid.
You remember the room number and all?
I could tell you the woman's name, room 17. She came to me and she said, "Look what this man just told me.
Okay.
We come to set you back 40 years. That's what the woman said to me. The woman dead now.
Black Wizard said it in song, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
40 years the man said, and they didn't invade Grenada. Okay. 40 years, last year was 39. This is 40.
So call on.
It's a little progress.
Take care, my brother. Have a good one. Yeah? All right. Okay, have a good one. Thanks. Folks, it's 10 minutes on to 8 o'clock. That is our time. And you see, I don't know. You know what? I think I'll plead the fifth on this one. I'll just hush. Let's go to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning, Innocent. How are you, my brother?
I am fine. How are you, my sister?
Dear me, brother.
Irie.
History is cool, Grenada history. That's a very good move. I wonder how so late. Innocent, they used to take with cocoa and bring it and send back Milo for us.
Used to? That's what they're doing still?
Right. We could collect our history and send it for them. Let us send it back in books. So that would be real good.
We don't need to send it to them. We have people here who are qualified enough to produce it for us.
Innocent, you remember this book the revolution had? he have so much. He had so much history in these books and them. And I can see one. I know where they dump it.
Yeah.
But if they didn't dump it in water,
what was the name of that book again? No, having said it, I remember there was a book published during that time.
Yes, I think it was Yes I Can.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the book.
Something like that, because I start from level 1 to reaching level 4.
What?
Yes,
you're climbing high, man.
Well, right. The revolution wanted to want us to climb high.
Yeah.
But I get rid of it.
Yeah.
And listen, I like Riley. Riley say you have too much of corruption police in Trinidad. So Riley say, let me tackle that. Those who not in the corruption, let me give them a little incentive so that they could work on it. The opposition said, no way, if you raise one police pay, you have to raise all the police pay. Innocent, you go raise a man pay according to Riley. Riley says you make a report, keep off.
Is not Riley, it's Rowley.
Rowley, right?
Yeah. Dr. Keith Rowley, yes.
You go raise a man pay, so you don't see these people and them want to commit crime. And before I go, let me give a little tune. Oh God, man, I miss it. Oh Lord, man, I miss it. The bank made so much profit and they don't want to share it. That's why I miss the revolution. Oh God, man, I miss it.
the March girl, here she comes.
The revolution said, take out your expenditure, take out this and the profit, share it with all the workers. How you go make profit?
Yeah.
They're too bad, man.
Go and sit down. Go and sit down on the negotiating table with them and tell them that, all right?
Yes, I go sing it for them.
Have a good one. Bye-bye, love you. Yeah, that's the way we do it, yeah? Mm-hmm. All right, tell you what, folks, it's 7 minutes on to 8 o'clock. We take our final commercial break in the segment, and then we come back and wrap up, okay? Don't you go anywhere. Stick and stay with us.
Co-owner and founder of Grenada Tourist, Taxi and Rental. We provide transportation tours in the field of tourism. Being in the field of tourism, the pandemic have taught us that we need all the help we can get, which the NF has been very helpful in doing so. But as a small business owner, we are even more excited right now with the new initiative that the NF have launched, providing a little bit more flexibility for small businesses like ourselves. So we definitely encourage all of the small business to consider getting on board with the NF and this new initiative that allows the level of flexibility that they have implemented.
We say, yeah, GBN we say, arts and culture living, yeah. Rock the box we say, I'm telling you, rock the box, rock the box, rock the box we say, I'm telling you, rock the box, rock the box, rock the box we say, we'll be jamming here on a Thursday.
Hi, good day. My name is Kyle Sylvester. I am the manager and founder of Case Farming Enterprise. We're an agro-processing business that are involved in the processing of agricultural goods, where we do bottle seasoning packs, lettuce, kale, and broccoli. Sometimes we as human beings get sick or injured on the job. NS provides a safety net for us. I am here to encourage other entrepreneurs self-employed person to sign up under the NIS self-employment program.
I want you to control your anger. There's a way to feel better. That's one thing to remember. No matter where you are, you can be a star. Stop and take a deep breath and relax yourself. Take another deep breath and relax it, and relax it. Eliminate violence.
Cricket fans, here's your opportunity to win 2 tickets to the Republic Bank CPL Final in Guyana, inclusive of airfare and hotel accommodation in the TV6 Republic Bank CPL Trivia Contest. There are also weekly prizes of tickets to the Republic Bank CPL matches and branded merchandise from TV6 and the Caribbean Premier League. To enter, simply download the TV6 app from the Google or Apple Store. Click on the TV6 RBL CPL Contest tab, answer the weekly trivia question, and submit your electronic entry form. It's that easy. So what are you waiting for? Download the TV6 app to be a winner.
3 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Before, part of the wrap this morning, let me take this comment from my good friend on our WhatsApp platform. Good morning, Innocent, and your followers on the various platforms. The situation could seem daunting. The answer must come from our understanding of sociology. We need to understand our society and how one thing affects the other. We have a diminishing population. We have a predominantly young population. We give up our culture, family life, such as the extended family, and then we have politicians who incite violence and hatred through their speech and action. Additionally, the health of our people is so badly compromised. Too much alcohol and non-stop partying, gambling, etc., etc., etc. We need to find ways to return to being a normal society. Now, about the history in school, great. We are returning to common sense. In my secondary school, we were taught local history, and it was not an examination subject. It was for knowledge of our country. I still have my notes. Share them with me, please. Please, please, please. All right. He said, this is a very good move. Our people don't know about our history. As an adult, I'm going to get a copy myself to learn of our history. Other adults should do likewise. Yes. I love this. Good. And let me just move to our Facebook platform. And I think it's important that I take this one. Loaded Lux says, Innocent. The problem with some of us young people is we forget our role in society to get a good education and liberate ourselves with a rewarding career. Instead, a lot of us youths want it fast. We ain't really want to work hard to get up the ladder, and most throughout the Caribbean turn to illegal trades, and then what we see is a lot of street justice. The music is another key factor. Take a look at what radio hosts and DJs put out. The most trending is violence. Tell me about the liberation music. Buju Banton, Peter Tosh, Sizzla, Black Woman and Child, and the list goes on. We need to change what we put out for the generation to come. Diane Thomas says, we as a people need to be proactive. We need a special branch in the RGPF to deal with the modern crime spree. Let us stop pretending that gruesome incident in St. Vincent, my sympathy, is and has been spilling over. Proactive now. All right. Let me just take this final caller. Good morning, caller.
Hey, thanks for calling again. For bonus service.
Say that?
It's a penalty.
Caller, we're not hearing you clearly, and unfortunately, you know me, I don't usually cut people, but the quality of the call is bad, and secondly, we've run out of time. So thank you again for being a part of the program. All those of you who contributed one way or the other, thank you very much for being a part, and should the good Lord spare our lives, we'll have another conversation tomorrow. Until then, have yourself a blessed day. Stay away from trouble. And you've got children, Cover them. Pray for them. Pray with them. Love you. Bye-bye. That's the program.